Like, whenever somebody tells you something about the Bible, the problem with our people, how we've fallen so far away from the Bible, is we don't tell them to prove it. They can tell us something that sounds smart, and we go with it. But it's like, all the time that they've been giving us these lies, when have we ever asked them to prove it? As you see with me, every time I tell you something in the Bible, I go prove it, right? So, let's see how we're going to get to the kingdom of heaven. Read that.
The book of Revelation, chapter 22, verse 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments.
Because our people walk around and say, I'm blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. How did the Bible say you blessed? Blessed are they that do what? You got to keep his commandments. That's how you're going to be blessed, right? Read.
That they may have right to the tree of life.
What's the tree of life? Heaven. You're going to have right to go to heaven with the tree of life if you keep doing his commandments, right? Go ahead.
And may enter in through the gates into the city.
He said you're going to be able to enter into the gates into the city, right? Get the gates. Because, let me ask you a question. What's your nationality? Hispanic? Do you know what the word Hispanic means? Property of or pertaining to Spain. Are you property of Spain? Before I ain't gonna go deep into it, how did the so-called Hispanics become Hispanics? How did they become the property of Spain? You heard of Christopher Columbus, Hernan Cortez, Ponce de Leon? When they came over here, they conquered your people, right? And what country was Christopher Columbus from? Spain. Christopher Columbus was from Spain. So he came over here and conquered the people that was in America and said, now you're my property. Now you're Hispanic. And we run with it. We don't ever question, why am I Hispanic? What does that even mean? Right? African American. Right? Africa was named after Leo Scipio's Africanus, a white general. Right? And then America was named after Amerigo Vespucci, a white navigator. Italian navigator.
Right.
How do I descend from two white men? Why don't we ever question these things? It don't make sense, right? But the Bible gives us perfect sense, right? So the reason I ask you that is because God lists 18 nations in the Bible, right? Hispanic is not in the Bible. Mexican is not in the Bible. Cuba is not in the Bible. None of those names are in the Bible. So who are they according to the Bible? Who are we according to the Bible? That's a question we got to start asking because it's not written as that, right? And when we come to show our people with the Bible that we are the biblical Israelites, right? And some people say, so what? You go back to Revelation real quick. Some people say, so what? What is the big deal about being an Israelite? This is the big deal about being an Israelite, right? Because we all want to go to the kingdom of heaven, right? Read this.
The book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 12. And had a wall great and high.
So it's talking about the kingdom of heaven, right? We just read that you got to do the commandments to get access to it, right? It says the kingdom of heaven has a wall great and high.
And had 12 gates.
And it has 12 gates, right?
And at the gates, 12 angels.
And each gate has 12 angels. What do you think the angels doing at that gate? If there's 12 gates with an angel standing right in front of a big black angel, what do you think that angel doing? He's bodyguard, he's security. If you ain't supposed to be in there, you're not getting in. Right? Read.
And names written thereon.
Listen, sis, before y'all drive off. This is the important part. This is why it's important to know that you're an Israelite, right? Because it says the kingdom of heaven got 12 gates with 12 angels and 12 names. What's the names written on there?
Which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
The gates have the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Guess what?
Right.
Hispanic is not one of the names of the 12 tribes of Israel. Black, African American, Cuban, Haitian, Indian, Native, none of those are on the gates. So we got to figure out who are we in this Bible. Is my name on that 12 gates? Because if your name ain't on the 12 gates, 12 tribes, right? So if you're not one of the 12 tribes, what gate do you go in? It ain't no gate for you, right? So it's important to know that you're an Israelite and you got access to the gate, because if not, then it ain't no gate for you, right? Go back to 22, read verse 15 for me. Revelation 22:15. This is what happens if your name is not on that gate. Read that.
The book of Revelation, chapter 22, verse 15. For without are dogs.
So for out of the kingdom of heaven that's not getting in, it's dogs. What you're going to find out when you read the Bible, God calls Israel his chosen people. He calls the other nations dogs, right? Sound harsh, but this is just the Bible, right? Read.
And sorcerers.
And sorcerers, our people doing brujeria, Santa Muerte, all those type of things, they ain't getting in the kingdom of heaven, right? Worshiping the Virgin Mary, doing Hail Mary beads, Hail Marys and things like, they're not going to make it to the kingdom of heaven. That's sorcery, according to the Bible. Read.
And whoremongers.
And whoremongers. You know what a whoremonger is? Somebody who makes our women to be whores, right? You know what the start of whoremongering is? Are you married? Okay, all praises. You know what the start of whoremongering is in our society? Boyfriend and girlfriend, prom, things like that. Because why? When you have boyfriend and girlfriend, they do what? They get together, they have sex, they decide, I don't like you no more. So they break up and then they do what? They go to the next one. Guess what? In the Bible, that's called whoredom. You're supposed to have one wife. God called for us to have one wife in our whole life. But this society is normalizing having baby mamas, having illegitimate families, affairs, jump offs, side pieces. What? Prom. What happens at prom? After prom, what go on? You know what go on after prom.
Right.
And that's what God is telling us that's not supposed to be. That's whoremongering. And they're not going to make it into the kingdom of heaven, right? Read.
And murderers.
And murderers, right? So people killing, are people murderers? If you sell somebody drugs that's killing them, are you a murderer? You're a murderer, right? God even tells us, if you hate your brother in your heart, you're a murderer. And you will not get the kingdom of heaven. And that's why we out here to warn our people. Because our people, we got the Nortes and the South Side and the Bloods and the Crips and the Latin Kings and vice versa. All these things, you have hatred for your brother. God said, you ain't going to make it to the kingdom. Because guess what? All of them claiming that, they say what? I'm a Christian, I love Jesus. But Jesus said, if you're doing all that, you're not going to make it to the kingdom of heaven. You're going to be outside with the other nations who got destruction coming for them. Right? Finish it.
And whosoever loveth and maketh a lie.
Whoever loveth and maketh a lie. We just went over a while ago, right? White Jesus, a lie.
Right.
Mother Mary, Lady of Guadalupe, a lie. Right? Christianity as a whole is a lie, right? It has lied to our people, and we show you that by just a few scriptures since you've been here. This is just a tip of the iceberg. We've just barely gone over scriptures, and you can see all the foundation of what they told us is lies, right? And we celebrate, right? You celebrate Christmas? Not anymore, right? All praises, right? But a lot of our people do, right? So, it's a pagan holiday. Is it in the Bible? I'm going to show you. Christmas is actually in the Bible. But let's see what God says about Christmas, right? Read this.
Jeremiah chapter 10 verse 1.
Bring it out.
Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
That's one thing you're going to notice too. In the Bible, he's always talking to the children of Israel, the house of Israel, because that's his chosen people. That's who he made the kingdom for.
Right.
That's us, right? So God is talking directly to us. He said, hear this. Read.
Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
He said, don't learn the ways of the heathen. Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, Valentine's Day, Best Friends Day. He said, don't learn the ways of the heathen, but he's going to get more specific. Read.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
You know what that means? What's your sign? You say, I'm a Virgo, I'm a Sagittarius, I'm a Leo. He said, don't be dismayed at that stuff. That's for the other nations. That ain't for you. Read.
For the heathen are dismayed at them.
Right.
For the customs of the people are vain.
Their customs are vain. Let's see one of the customs.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
What do we do on Christmas? We get what? A Christmas tree. What do they do? They cut it out of the forest.
The work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. They deck it with silver and gold.
They do what?
They deck it with silver and with gold.
Don't they say deck the halls, deck the tree, put the star on it, put the glitter utensil, the gold tinsels on it and the lights? God said, don't do this, right? But that sounds like Christmas, don't it? Keep reading.
They fasten it with nails and hammers that it moves not.
So back then they fastened it in nails and hammer, but now we got what? A tree stand. You put it on a tree stand so it stands up and don't fall over, right? Read.
They are upright as the palm tree.
And they stand straight up. Back then, they used the palm tree. Now we use what? the evergreen trees and things like that, right? Read.
But speak not.
But they can't speak, right? Because back then they worshiped it, right? But how do we worship? You set up the Christmas tree, and then you go, you get a gift, and you bow down and put the gift under the tree. That's the same symbolism as them. You might say, that ain't why I do it, but that's what they did, that's why they did it, and you doing the same thing they did. So basically, you doing what they did, right? And God told us what? Don't do those things, but do our people do it? Right. And so what happens for our people doing that, right? Give me 28:15 real quick. Yes, sir. What happens from our people doing that? This is what we come out and teach our people, because these are simple things that can be corrected, right? And it'll solve a whole lot of issues in us. You know, the black household spends over like $2 trillion a year on money. It's like the 8th ranked country in the world, just black people in America. That's not even including the Latinos, right? Which we are the same people. And we spend that much money on their pagan holidays. Why do you think they set up a holiday every month? Because now, every month, you're going to go spend your money and give your money back to them and build up their kingdom. And your neighborhood's still going to look like your neighborhood.
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, His word.